bullied for being unable to read. This 15-year-old Karija learner dropped out of school because of that. Now, years later, he dreams of completing school. He wants to learn how to read and write to become a firefighter.
I always turned around when I got to the school gate. I did this because my teachers always asked me to read. It was embarrassing. All the kids laughed at me and it made me feel bad. Because of this, I started bunking. As a result, my teachers got expelled.
Teachers blame the system for failing these learners. The school curriculum is set up in such a way that learners cannot fail more than once in a phase. Those who do get promoted to the next grade without meeting the requirements for it. These teachers believe it starts at a primary school level.
They come here because of this system, like you rightfully say, they were placed over and they find themselves here amongst other learners that, that has passed. This situation was exacerbated by the COVID pandemic last year. So we have, these learners already been behind and not having the necessary educational upbringing, and so they're battling.
And as the result, you get to find that some of them become frustrated. How do they express their frustration? By bunking the classes, because they don't enjoy what is happening there in the classrooms. They are frustrated by what is required by their teachers in the various subjects. And eventually, they just drop out of school.
Education professionals say studies back up the anecdotal findings of teachers.
We need to find out what we can do, and I think we have gone through this repeatedly. We have warned people that, and study after study has confirmed what I'm going to say now. People that don't have parental support sufficient, they don't have parents that can help them at home, that don't have a place to study, etc., they develop this gap. Let's take mathematics, for instance. You develop your gap in grade 1. In grade 2 it becomes bigger, in grade 3. What are such a person's chances of actually ending up taking mathematics, and more so, passing mathematics, more so, achieving the kind of symbol that will allow her or him to gain access to sought after fields of study?
There are also special needs learners who struggle. They don't cope in mainstream schools, but often their parents keep them there, refusing to admit that special care is required.
As a social worker kan ons saamstaan met ouers en hulle net bewus maak van hoe belangrik dit is.
As a social worker, we can stand with parents, help them and make them aware of how important it is to place kids in appropriate schools. We can also help take away the stigma on special needs and mechanical schools.
So net mense aware maak dat dit is nie eintlik hoe dit werk of hoe dit is in die skole nie, en ja.
The teachers dealing with the struggling learners would like to see more schools and teachers promote specialized attention in smaller classes to cut down on the dropout rate. Kim Daniels, SABC News in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro.